Dreamers.
Hi, Caviar Dreamers. How are you today? We have a very special guest. We have the real Super Joe.
Yes, we flew him in from the kitchen.
Yes, he's finally doing the butler's pantry because the kitchen's done and the butler's pantry is to be done. Right, Super Joe?
I'm doing it because they're making me. They went and cut my hand. See that blood all over the place?
Okay, can we just not exaggerate?
Perfect.
Anyway, we all, if you're watching this on YouTube, we look like shit. We all look like we've been doing construction. And if you're not watching on YouTube, you can hear us. We are exhausted. But
And in reality, I'm the only one who did anything. So let's just get that.
we think it, he does it.
I mean, listen, I'm just going to put it out there. You know, we interview entrepreneurs, we interview CEOs, founders of big companies, and we also interview risk takers. And in my opinion, Joe Benigno, you are the biggest risk taker of all. You married the Marge.
Yes.
That wasn't that much of a risk.
No, I don't think that was a risk. I don't know if
That
you
was
feel,
easy.
do you realize what you got yourself into, Joe?
No. Every day it's deeper and deeper. The whole, there's no light at the top anymore.
Poor Joe. But the good news is we are getting through the renovation. And if you are watching the show right now, you'll see that where we are in the renovation is very much the beginning. But yeah, we're in the first early stages of renovation, and the house is 115 years old. So Joe, did you really know what you were getting into with this house?
No, not at all. I thought the house would be normal. It's not. I thought it would be constructed as per code. It's not. I thought the electrical would be normal. It's not. The plumbing, nope. The wiring,
Well,
nope.
did you see on the first episode of the show, a few people watched it, it said, Joe, we're 2 months out, 2017, 2018, 2019. And then we filmed that in 2020.
Okay, here's a little discovery I made today that was verified by the beautiful Lexi in the pantry, which is really not that big a room. It's a pantry, right?
Yeah, it's, what is it, like 10 by 10 maybe?
In that ballpark. And I put a level on the floor. And Lexi, from one corner to the other, how far out was it?
6 inches.
There you go.
What does that mean?
It
One
means-
side was higher, 6 inches higher than the other?
Yeah,
Yes.
you put a roller skate, it'll shoot across the room.
Listen, Joe, I like things
and that's the kind of stuff that Marge likes.
No, I like old with character. When I trade you in, you're getting old, you're a little uneven, you're a little decrepit, you have a lot of character. When I trade you in,
Well, no, because I would go on a rampage. So
exactly. So let's just talk about everything that's had to be done to this house, since you've gotten a lot of flack. And you don't like other contractors coming into the house.
no, for a good reason.
Yes.
Because you two stare at their butts.
No. Let's get to the bottom of this. For people who don't know, maybe, who don't know your story and just listen to the podcast, you two really are America's sweethearts. And to me, if people watch Escape to the Chateau, which is an English show with a couple that renovate a chateau in France, you are the American Dick and Angel Strawbridge.
I agree.
I agree.
A real love story. But there's a reason contractors are not allowed in this house, because how did you meet?
By going to Marge's house. No,
Right.
actually, we met at a party a long time ago, but
Yes, but no, there was no sparks then.
there was no sparks then.
No, but you came to my house to do a little renovation.
I came to her house and she said it was little renovation. Took us like 3 months with 5 guys, but that's, little for Marge.
I know. Well,
Now, was that not a clue when you saw this house and you said you wanted to rent? Now, you're setting yourself up for failure there, Joe.
I guess I did.
I do want to say one thing. Our house prior to this, we could have bought that house, and it was rent with option to buy, and that's what we were doing. We couldn't decide if we were going to do it, but Joe said the pool was very close to the back of the house.
Marge said the pool was very close to the back of the house. I said every time it rained, we had the ceiling in the dining room come down.
Yes, but we could have put a new roof on it. We could have done some work.
About that.
Yeah.
But Joe, and I had already done a lot of work on that house cosmetically.
Yeah, it was in a magazine. It looked magnificent.
And it was another house that if you went and put a bowling ball down, it would take off because that was also way out of
So
stone.
Joe told me prior to going on the show, we didn't know we were going on the show, go look for another house.
And I thought she would look for a new house, like a newer house, like something that was a baby, like anything after 1950.
Well, I like this house. And I still love this house, though other people like moved, and it did have a ballroom, which was very impressive, which I made the living room. We've done some great things to it.
And previously, she picked out another house that, thank God, we did not get. It was made of 2 circles.
Oh, I love that
That
house.
was a great
I like
house.
everything very unique. I like things that other people don't want, which is fine. I don't
Even
think
Marge
there's
couldn't
anyone
figure out how to put a bed in it because the walls were curved.
Yes, that was the issue. I was like, everything's round and I can't put anything on the wall, so it was going to cause a furniture issue.
But that was a sick house.
Yeah, it had no roof though. It was leaking all
It was very 70s fabulous.
You have a really weird thing with leaking.
over. It doesn't matter.
It could be fixed.
Yeah, I know. How about last week? We had 2 inches of water in it.
Yes, we had 2 inches of water. But on that note, what before we get into our little games and everything else, Joe? When did you realize that you could do so many different things?
By the time I was 8.
By the time you were 8, you were doing plumbing and electricity?
Because my father made me go to work because he was an old timer off the boat, 4 years old, had to go to work. And he apprenticed me to every single trade that there was on the job. So I was a bulldozer operator by the time I was 8 years old.
Wow.
I was running cranes at 10 years old. That's
Okay.
just the way it goes.
No, I do feel that you're very capable, but I sometimes think you just don't like to do things because I'm always last on the list.
No, that's not it. It's because other people tell me, do this. Okay, you do it, we're done, we get paid. With you, I do it. And not so much, let's change it. How about putting up the wallpaper upstairs? That black wallpaper.
Well, now I have the black wallpaper in the library. I had someone else put it up, which
That's
I
right.
love.
You can still see the seams, but you don't yell at him.
No, you don't. No.
Yes.
You did a great job.
I see
It's
seams
just
right there. Seam. Oh, it's okay when they do it.
no. He's better at putting up the black size of wallpaper.
It's a
I
skill.
see the seam.
Joe, okay.
And we ended up, I put about 15 feet of wall up. Came out nice. You can see the seams because this wonderful wallpaper is so delicate that if you touch it, the black comes off. And Marge didn't believe me, and she touched it, and the black came off, and then, all the wallpaper had to come down.
Ooh,
That's not why it
is
came
like a
down.
therapy session.
No, it
we're
was
having
because I didn't like the way you did it. I didn't want to see the seams. That room got a lot of light.
It's better than this room where we see the seams.
Now, let me ask you a question, Joe. How was it suffering through the pandemic? Because most people stayed home in their pajamas, baked banana bread, and binge Netflix. But you were put to work like you were 4 years old again and had to take up every trade available in this house.
Some woman we know went and put shackles on my legs, and I only had a 75-foot chain on it, so I could go from a center point in the house to everywhere in the house. Just, let's do this, let's do that. How about this? Why isn't that done? Oh my God, fix this, fix that. And then I was released to go to Home Depot to get more material and come back and chain myself up again.
Did you have a tracker for your time at Home Depot so you could make sure you only went there and back?
No, she was on the phone the whole time. Where are you? What aisle?
Listen, I feel we were very productive, and you showed off some great artistic skills.
And I lost 18 pounds.
Yes, but people
She
should
didn't
go to
feed me.
Instagram, by the way, and look at what we posted yesterday, Marge's Fabulous Finds. Joe installed a mural that came from Europe, from Rebel Walls, which is insane. It
It's
looked
true.
so difficult, but you made it look like magic, like the easiest thing ever. And then you did something which really blows
Elevated you,
everyone
yes.
away.
Blows all the other husbands away. You hand drew all the electrical sockets. You couldn't take it yourself.
I hand drew the sockets because they took a little bit of time, and while I was doing that, you couldn't tell me to do something else.
You did a beautiful job. You're very artistic, which
And
is
when we
very
say
good.
hand drew the sockets, you really need to go to Margaret's Instagram to see this because he filled in the areas of the mural, which, by the way, is like an African jungle landscape. So it's not like lines and dots. It's very intricate. So you cannot find an outlet in the wall.
Well, I didn't like what it looked like.
It's very impressive. And maybe you didn't want Marge to be able to plug in a phone
Well, I was hoping
because
that
now they're completely
Yes,
camouflaged.
I literally, I can't see anything.
without the glasses, you're blind, so
No. Haha, Joe. I don't think you should insult me.
I'm not
Yeah.
insulted.
People always ask, they're just like, Joe, a lot of people think you didn't work and that you mooch off the Marge, which is completely pathetic because you're home all the time. Could you just tell people that you actually do work?
I feel the heat.
Outside of the house, because everyone's like, oh, he doesn't work, he doesn't fix the house. Could you please tell people that you actually do have a business. Oh, Joe, I told you were going to bleed on my
I
thing.
didn't do that.
You did. That's blood and it's there.
Uh-oh. All right, we can get that with a little tie.
I just want no, it could go with a baby wipe. I just want everyone to know that Joe just bled on my cream-colored chaise lounge.
Newsflash, people. Newsflash.
Newsflash, contractors bleed.
But usually, hopefully, not on the furniture.
Yeah, not on my new furniture. Joe, that's gross.
So tip and trick of the day, if you are a contractor, always carry Band-Aids.
Yes. And also, usually I can wipe it off with a baby wipe.
You two are too funny.
Fingers crossed.
I am not happy right now, Joe.
Not happy.
Don't bleed on my new furniture.
I'll try not to in the future.
Although he did almost distract from the question about mooching off the Marge.
Yes, a lot of people always insinuate, the haters, that Joe mooches off the Marge.
I do not mooch off the Marge. I have several businesses. I am busy. I could be busy 6 days a week, but since I'm old, I want to stay working 5 days a week.
So you're not the same kind of contractor that Joe Gorgon and Frank are. They're general contractors.
They're general contractors. I am a trade-specific contractor.
Which is?
I have a plumbing license, an HVACR license. I'm getting my hospital, what is it called, medical gas license. I had a building license, but I don't like building houses because I deal with women who tell me what to do all the time. So
yes, so you are very, so you do all of that. You do a lot of medical installation, and you happen to invest in real estate. We're just going to leave it at that.
And I had a trim company. That's how I met Margie.
Yes, that's how you met me. And, but your main industry really is your real estate investments.
Yes.
Yes.
That keeps me very busy.
Yes, and we don't really talk about that because it's not that interesting. Who gives two shits?
Well.
Right?
Yeah, not that much.
No, all your other business is fun and cute. And so you do a lot of work with Joe and Frank.
I subcontract to Joe and Frank doing plumbing in new construction and renovations for them.
Yeah, and you're doing a lot of
unplugging toilets is very cute.
Yes.
Business is very cute.
And you do a lot of work you're doing all the new plumbing in Dolores's house.
I did all the new plumbing in Dolores's house
Yes.
about a month ago.
Yes. So everybody, the truth is Joe and Marge are each independently very successful. Either of us could walk out the door any day of the week and support ourselves very nicely.
Ooh,
Not if you want to make it another day.
Not if I want to make it another day, but that's the truth. Neither of us need each other financially. We like to be together and we want to be together.
Thank God. Bella Benigno was getting a little nervous then that this was going to turn into divorce court.
Right,
okay.
Joe?
You're fine, Bella. Mommy and Dad are
Absolutely.
staying together.
I just like to ask for presents.
Yes, and I could give him presents. And his presents are very inexpensive. He only wants cupcakes.
That's true. Or mocha cake.
Or mocha cake.
Oh,
He's
mocha
not.
cake.
I'm easy.
And he buys me beautiful presents, and loves to surprise me. I'm just putting that out there because he's a good husband.
Well, speaking of being a good husband and a good wife,
Yes, my little girl.
are you ready?
Yes.
I have a little quiz for you guys. It's the construction edition of the Newlyweds game.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready? So
Yes,
you
we're
each
ready.
have a pen and paper. And I'm going to ask you the questions, and then you are going to write down your answers, and then
Joe, I don't
we
want to see
will
your answers. Hide your
reveal.
paper.
This is under protest.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, question 1. How would the Marge describe her interior decorating style?
I did the formal name, but I could also call it Rock and Roll Girlfriend, but I called it
High Hollywood Regency.
High Hollywood Regency. What'd you call it?
Modern pain in the ass.
Okay.
Oh my God. Ready for the next question? What is Joe's most hated job around the house?
Taking out the garbage.
Painting.
Oh! Wow.
Really? You hate painting?
You're so good at it.
I don't like it.
Okay,
Oh,
so
wow.
then no wonder I have to hire other people.
Wow, that's crazy. I never thought that.
I think taking out the garbage, she complains.
Yeah. Okay. If the Marge could only use one print for the rest of her life, what would that print be?
Joe, write it down.
I don't even know what it is. What print of what?
Prints.
Like prints, like you have them all over your house, Missoni, zigzags,
Oh,
all
yeah, that
sorts
could
of
be.
things.
Things with colors and shapes.
Or Missoni. That was a tough one. Missoni or leopard.
I
That
was
was
going to say
very hard.
Missoni, but then
No, and I was told that you might put Poochie.
It was Poochie, leopard, or Missoni. It was
Yeah.
a tough one.
Ooh, oh my.
Leopard's a neutral. People.
Agreed. Did you know that, Joe?
no.
Just so everyone knows, when we finally get to the renovation of the bedroom, the leopard wallpaper is already up.
Oh yes, it gives you
And
Yeah,
Joe
I-
chose that, funnily enough.
nothing.
What unusual job did the Marge fancy her hand at as a child?
Say that again?
What unusual job,
Oh, yes.
career, did the Marge fancy her hand at as a child?
What did I? Yes, I said.
What
Did you not read the book, Joe? Did I not give you the manuscript?
What might she have wanted to be as a child that you wouldn't expect from?
Yes,
The
a glamour
glamorous
post
life.
like me. Farmer.
Shoe sales girl.
No, I was one, but I wanted to be a farmer growing up.
Because you looked good in overalls.
Yes, I looked good in overalls.
That's logic.
Yeah.
Who is the most high maintenance of you both?
Joe.
Marge, and Marge.
Joe, you are.
I hardly think so.
So you said.
Is Joe more likely to renovate, elevate, or instigate in 21?
I know what I'd like him to do. Instigate.
Instigate.
You're an instigator. And that's why we love the Jersey husbands.
Yes, a known instigator.
What is the fastest way to Joe's heart?
That's easy. Cupcakes.
Feed me before sex.
Yeah. Same thing. Cupcakes before sex. That's right.
What is Joe's most prized tool? And yes, that could read a little cheeky.
Joe.
Wow.
Jesus. Yeah,
An essay.
he writes a Bible.
War and peace over here.
A lathe.
What's machine?
Oh, sorry.
For
Technicalities.
your general, yes, that is.
That is, the lathe
But
is his
for
most
for
preferred.
my general everyday, what do I like? Milwaukee Hammer Drill M18.
It's Milwaukee Hammer Drill. I mean,
Milwaukee, if you're listening,
I have
Joe
4 of
is
them.
very committed to your brand. So if you need a spokesman, he is
Here I
the
am.
perfect
okay,
person.
okay, I said the lathe. That's his favorite machine now.
Actually, yes, I love my lathe.
I know. See, I thought that was very good.
He loves
Was
to
very
get
good.
laid. Okay, and the last question, and maybe the hardest to answer. What's the trick to keeping the Marge happy?
Renovate.
Work endlessly and loads of presents.
Oh, good. He had the presents. It's true. Thank you.
That was a good answer. Well, we've survived that. Your marriage has survived the construction edition of the Newlyweds Game.
Not
So
bad. 1
now
out
we
of
just
10.
have to survive the renovation.
I know. Well, you know what? We've survived most of the downstairs. Not easily.
No.
We're still doing a little more work of the downstairs, which everyone's going to get to see.
Yes, they are.
We could throw up some pictures.
Yeah, and keep checking Instagram because every week you're going to see more and more reveals. The ballroom, the library, the lobby.
What face is
the
that, Joe?
office.
Yes.
Progress, it depends on how busy I
I'll show you how busy you are.
am. Are you going to feed me today?
I have to feed him. Joe's whole life is based around where we're eating dinner.
How early in the day does Joe ask where you're going for supper?
9.
9 a.m.
Yeah.
What are we doing for dinner tonight? We haven't even had breakfast. We're barely out of bed. Joe's whole life revolves around food.
Well, the first thing I want to know is who I'm being forced into eating with. Oh, someone who's unknown.
Oh, unknown caller.
Another spam.
I don't know what's going on. Joe gets a lot of suspicious phone calls.
And they're always from Leonia, New Jersey.
I know, I get a lot of spam risks.
Oh, Marlene's calling me from the other room. Very
What is she up
suspicious.
to, that Marlene?
I hope she's okay. I hope she's not locked in a closet.
That'd be funny.
That would. Well, this was just a little insight into the real Super Joe's life.
Everyone follow at the Real Super Joe on Instagram, because I will say his plumbing posts are hilarious. My favorite one of all time is when he washed his face in a toilet bowl.
Yes, how did you do that, Joe? People think the water's dirty. Could you just tell them?
Well, the water's dirty when you use a toilet.
You didn't do it in dirty.
And you kissed that face.
Oh, no.
Girl.
Joe, what is it?
The first time you fill a toilet with water, it's clean. It's just like a sink.
That's why he can wash his face in the toilet bowl.
The second time you use the toilet, not so much.
Yeah, so don't wash your face in the second time
No.
in the toilet. Well, Caviar Dreamers, I hope you enjoyed this fun little episode
Yes.
of Get to Know the Real Super Joe a little better through the eyes of the Marge. And it's the renovation edition.
And also take a really good long hard look at him, because he might not make it through any more renovation. This could be it. So,
Yeah, he looks very
It
tired.
probably is it.
He looks very tired. Well, Caviar Dreamers, keep dreaming.
keep dreaming. Thank you for listening. Follow the renovations on Real Housewives this season and on our Instagram, and tune in for episodes every Wednesday.
Remember, it's all a dream.
Yes.
Actually, it's pretty good.
That was it.
That was pretty good.
Not rehearsed. Wow, we are stars
Yeah.
after all. Keep dreaming, everyone.
I'm going to clean the blood up right now.